Friends, Father Tom asked me if I would come and celebrate with you this morning, and I consider it a great privilege to join you today here at Holy Family. And I would just ask you to take a moment, because it's something that I observed as I was greeting you at the doors of the church, but just to take kind of a look around us as we gather in this worship space this morning. Just look to the sides around you. Who is here with you today? Do you notice something, friends? We seem to be from everywhere in the world. And that's exactly what being Catholic is all about. It's called universal. The Catholic Church is for all of the world. It's not for a select group. It's for everyone in the world who chooses to come follow the Lord. And that's what strikes me about the readings of this weekend. We sang it. Let all the peoples praise you, O God. Let all the peoples praise you. We didn't say one particular group, but all the peoples of the world. May they come and give you praise. And so, friends, one of the things I have noted as I visit different parishes, being invited to come and to cover, is that there is all across this city, every parish is truly, truly blessed with peoples from everywhere in the world. It's a wonderful thing. It's a reality. It speaks volumes, because whenever a community is warm and welcoming, peoples from all over the world feel that they can come here and call this their place. Then the Isaiah the prophet is fulfilled. And my house shall become a house of prayer for all peoples. Whenever a church becomes closed in on itself, protecting itself, when any nation does that, it speaks volumes about that parish community or that nation, that they truly are not welcoming, that they've become exclusive, they've closed in on themselves. There's not openness to all the variety of gifts that come from all over the world. It's a sign that they're losing. They're losing rather than gaining. And so as you ponder the scriptures today, particularly the gospel story, it's very interesting. Jesus goes, we're told, to Tyre and Sidon. He went to a foreign place, a place where the Jewish community was not present. And as he went to Tyre and Sidon, which really is the north part of Israel, it is actually in Lebanon. And as he was there, a Canaanite woman, a woman of Gentile origin, approaches him. And as she approaches him, she says to him, "Have mercy on me, son of David. My daughter is tormented by a demon." It's a mother who's doing everything she can for her daughter, a daughter that's suffering. Every mother, every father knows that. When your children are suffering in any way, you'll do anything. And so she approaches Jesus. Interestingly, this woman has faith. She believes that Jesus is the Messiah, the fulfillment of the sacred scriptures, because she calls him Son of David. She recognizes that he fulfills everything that the Old Testament has spoken about. Jesus says nothing, absolutely nothing. But I think she kept shouting, "Have mercy on me, have mercy on me." Because the disciples were told, tells Jesus, "Send her away, get rid of her." She's bothering us. Sounds like a lot of places in the world where peoples of the world are coming, and peoples of that particular nation are now shouting, saying, send them home, get rid of them. We don't want them here. What does Jesus do? He responds, we're not sure if it's to the woman or to the disciples. I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That didn't stop the woman. She immediately reacts, Lord, help me. And his response? It's not fair to take the children's food and throw it to the dogs. Friends, I had a pet dog named Winston. He was with me for almost 14 years. And the one thing that Winston knew so profoundly was that there would be crumbs that would fall from the table. And he would find them. He never ate from the table, but he certainly found the crumbs that fell from the table. And I think that's what this lady is saying. I think she played on perhaps Jesus as a child had a pet dog. And he knew what this meant. Yes, she recognized that he was sent for the children of Israel and that they would feast at the table. However, the rest of the world can feast from the crumbs that fall from the table because he is their master. And she recognized him as her master. She says, yes, Lord, yet even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from the master's table. And only once in all of sacred scripture does Jesus say this, woman, great is your faith. He recognized that she had deep faith. And so, friends, today as we gather in this temple where God is calling all of his people, we recognize that reality, that we come here from all over the world. Listen to what the prophet Isaiah says again. And the foreigners who join themselves to the Lord to minister to him, to love the name of the Lord and be his servants, all who keep the Sabbath and do not profane it, these I will bring to my holy mountain. God's intention is for peoples from all over the world to gather with him. And so he can say, for my house shall be called a house of prayer for all peoples. Paul to the Romans says this beautiful words, I'm speaking to you, Gentiles, people outside the Jewish faith, inasmuch as that I am an apostle to the Gentiles. And so even at the very beginning of the church, there was this vision that the church that Christ founded was not a church that closed in on itself for one particular people, but was a church for all people around the world. And Paul glories in that because he says, I preach to the Gentiles to make my people jealous so that they will become more faithful to the message of Christ. And so, friends, I invite us to pray for the grace that we need, to be people that are warm and welcoming, that those who come from other places find in this place a temple where they can give God worship and praise, that we make them feel welcomed. After Mass this morning at 8:30, I had a gentleman who came out of church and thanked me. And he said, Father, he said, I want to thank you for inviting us because the faith community is warm and welcoming. But he said, you know, it took us 4 years before someone invited us to come and have lunch with them, to have dinner. And he said, when that happened, I knew I was at home. And so perhaps it's an invitation for us to be a little more than just here, but to extend ourselves even outside this building to invite them to be warm and welcoming. And so friends, I'm going to invite you. This morning we sang together a beautiful refrain in the song, and thank you for your voice. But I'd like you to turn to page 105. 105 in the Catholic Book of Worship. Whenever we sing the Psalms, I particularly think of Jesus. These were his songs. These were his prayers. He learned to pray them at the knee of his mother and his father. He heard them prayed in the synagogue. He prayed them in the temple. And you and I pray them as we come together. So let our voices join Jesus' voice this morning. Join me in praying, O God, be gracious and bless us, and let your face shed its light upon us, so your ways will be known upon earth, and all nations learn your saving help. Let the nations be glad and exult, for you rule the world with justice. With fairness you rule the peoples, you guide the nations on earth. Let the peoples praise you, O God. Let all the peoples praise you. May God still give us his blessing till the ends of the earth revere him.